How y'all doing? So I want to make a journal cover and I want to use this brown paper bag. So I'm going to get this and I brought over some book page, just some pages from books. I also have my paper pad because I'm not sure which way I want to go with using it. This came from not Walmart. I got this from Target. And I also ordered one from Amazon because Amazon got the same paper pad. But I'm not sure which way I want to go with how I'm going to put the inside of the cover. But I have two pieces of brown paper up here. This is one that was just two sheets from a Walmart bag that I cut down already to make a journal cover. But I wanted to use this one from this farmer's market bag. And I wanted to, let me find my craft knife. Here it is up here from when I was crafting the other day. And I want to use this and I wanted to keep all of this because I think it's so nice, right? And the other side looks like this. And while I have to reinforce this right here, that's how the bag is made. This was a bag, this one of the stores my son shop at. This bag is torn over here. So I gotta cut that off. And I'm going to take this open from this end first. Okay, so I was watching a video and the way I was watching 49 Dragons. And I've seen a couple people make a brown paper bag journal. But I don't know. I don't want to put no fabric on mine. And I'm not real sure how I want it to be. I don't know. So I said, girl, just push play and, push play and let's play. That's where I'm at. I don't know how I want the whole thing to come out. So we're going to open this part up so we can see how much of the bag we can use as a, as a total cover kind of thing without cutting the bottom off. That's what I'm trying to go for. Because if you open this thing up, you can open the whole bag. I might have to be cutting the whole thing off because it's not opening up real good, real easy. Okay, so you can do this part like this. And that part is just done for, but that's the torn side, so it's going to be fine. All right, so we have this much in length. And hello there, how you doing? I've been over to IG. I ain't seen nothing yet, baby, so let me know. So I'm going to take this edge off. That's so nice. Like, I don't even want to waste that. I hate to waste things that I think is good, right? I really don't like to do that because I also like to make like collages with my glue books and stuff like that. So I don't want to waste this stuff like this. I want to keep this piece. Don't know how I'm going to use it, but that could probably be in the journal, right? So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to salvage it. That's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm just using the inside crease of that same fold and taking this off real carefully and everything so that I can come to some understanding. So this piece, this is where the bag was busted and ain't nothing I can do about that part. So we're just going to take this off and we'll save it to the side for our scrap paper when we want to use it to do something. But these two pieces, this is good for something else, okay? So I'm going to hold that up there. And I'm going to take these handles off because I want to use these handles. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to save them because obviously if you fold the journal, you can't have it right here, right? It's got to be on one of the other ends. So I'm taking these off like this, and we're going to save them, and we'll figure out how to make these little pieces right here better, because clearly that's like messy, but we're going to figure out what we can put here at some point, because I didn't say I was doing the whole journal today, but this is only folded brown paper. That's all this is, just paper rolled over, folded up and everything, and they made the fold like that to make a handle. So we put them over there. I've shown y'all in a video or two here when I was making gifts. Mr. Duck, hello there. So meanwhile, I am right here with this. That whole piece can open, and this has that same kind of inside. So we have to create a spine for our bag, right? For our journal. So we're going to get to that piece in a minute. We did, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. So now, what I'm thinking has to happen is first, we need to come to an idea of what side I want to really save, because something is going to have to be sacrificed. Okay, so I want this to fold out like this. This is what I want it to be looking like. Okay, when I come together with the whole thing. Now is how much of it I can do, because the bottom didn't come out so good. So let's fold this up to here and see what happens. All right, so now it just says sprouts here, and that's okay too. I think that'll be fine. Just fold it down a little further, I guess, so it can be straight. Okay, so that's how we really want this to come along. So what I'm going to do, so I don't have to fight with the whole idea, is I'm just going to cut this piece off all the way, and then that's going to be that. And then we have to work with it, Joanne. I have to talk to myself, okay, about the whole thing, because you can't have all of the worlds together. Some of the worlds have to be sacrificed, okay? The worlds, yeah, the worlds. It's like the whole having your cake and eating it too concept. You got to give something up so you can have what you're trying to come together with. Now, let's measure this thing first, because I don't want it to be too short. But I don't, it's a short bag. The bag is not that wide. I think this bag is a little bit shorter than a Walmart bag. So now here, this will be 7 inches this way. So I guess that might be good, because usually it's 9 by 6. So I think that's going to be okay. I think that's going to be all right. So we're just going to go ahead and cut all of this extra paper off that we'll need to be looking at and everything. And then we can alleviate some frustration about what we're trying to keep. And, oh, I didn't want to cut that off and all that, because that'll be my whole thing. All right, slide this up. And let's cut this piece off too. And now, just like that, it's gone. Don't even look at it. Just look at what's left, okay? So now we have this. And then you need, this is 7, which should be 6. And then this should be 9. Okay, so let's go this way so we can focus on what we're looking at. Okay, so 9 is going to be right at the P, and we don't want to do that. We want all of this. So ours is going to be a little bit tall. It's okay, because I want to keep this part. I'm just saying that's what I want to do. We don't know how it's going to work out, but that's how it's going down right now. Now, if we have to cut something down, that's what we're going to have to do. But right now, we're going to try this. Now we're getting rid of this piece. All right, because we want this. We want this part. I don't really know why. And see, and still have the truck, and it's got farmer's market, and yeah, and it's good. And this little cut right here, that's okay. We can just put a little teeny piece of glue on there. Just add a little piece of glue right on that little tail line, and then just press this part on top of it, and it should hold. Okay, and then that's it. And we'll come back and look at it after a while. Okay, so now this is, as Pam would say, this is our basic construct. Okay, so we have this, and clearly that side is open. We don't want that side to be open. We want this side to be sealed down, and we want this side to be sealed down because no book is going to open like that, right? But we can leave we can leave this part open and this part for now. But right now what we need to do is seal these edges up right here. So for this part, I'm going to use some of this wet glue, and I'm going to seal this up. I'm not going to make it too wet. I'm just going to put it on here so it can close this whole piece up all the way on the very edge, because the wet glue won't be playing. It will hold this paper all together and everything. All right. And then press that over. We're going to do the same thing to this side because we don't want the book to be open like that. Never have I made a journal out of a bag like this, but this is part of the paper that I pulled when I did my last video, and I talked about how I want to let me slide this up. Excuse me. How I want to do a couple of journals so that I can sell them. Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to sell them over the summer or before. Somebody might say, I'm going to buy one. Okay. I want to buy two. I don't really know. But I'm going to make some journals. I'm not going to film all of it because I want to really get them made. And I have to first put the covers together. So, not the last video, but the one before that, I showed the papers that I pulled. Let me move this over here for that be falling down the basement steps. Wait, my table is just loaded, okay? Because I do a video and walk away. I ain't been back in 5 days and all that kind of stuff. I don't really know what to say about it, but it's, that way. So I have all of these things over here. I'm just trying to get this. So this is one of the journals. That's going to be the inside. This is going to be the outside. Okay? That's going to be the outside. This is the outside. I think, yeah, and that's the inside. Either way, I'll think about it. First I said this will be the outside, and this will be inside. So we'll see. This one is the outside, and this is the inside. And then this one is the outside, and this is the inside. And then I said, well, you should make some plain because, you don't know what everybody wants. I like pretty, and pretty can be on the inside. I don't really know. This the outside, and that's the inside. But this was 2 sheets of paper, and I split it so that, this was one sheet. This was one sheet. This was the inside. This was the outside. And I split it and then put this washi here so that I could have both sides because I couldn't keep this as a single sheet. So that's what we did. And I pulled this bag and those 2 pieces of Walmart paper. And those were the pieces that I've been having on the table for a good little couple weeks. And my idea is to have some journal covers from them. Okay, so now this doesn't really need anything in here or out here. And somebody might not like this, but that's the way I'm going to make it, okay? I'm making it like that, whether they like it like that or not. Somebody will. And so this extra piece of paper, I'm going to make a little square or something like that to fill this little notch out here that they put in there to separate the paper. We're just going to come around here on the edge like I make brown paper bag for gifts and for birthday bags. Gifts, when I say gifts, I mean Christmas. I make all of my own Christmas bags usually and birthday bags out of brown paper bags, and then I paint them. So that's what I'm doing right here with this piece. I put this in here and fill in that space that we can use like a circle punch and make that kind of thing when we're making these journals. Okay, so that's all you need is a little bit of glue that's wet, and stick that inside the bag and line it up with the edge like that. Line that up like that, and then press it down. And for this, I got a little trick. And I just put a little bit of glue on here. We still can make it pretty. And we put that on there, and it kind of gives it a little bit of a shiny look once it dries, so it don't look like the torn paper. All right, so I guess the other one might have been on the piece that I cut off. This is a little bit ragged looking too. So we just add a little piece of glue here. And now, since I want to keep the outside, I didn't close these pieces up yet because I might need to reinforce this. So I'm going to add some book pages inside of there so it can just give some more strength to the journal cover. Just put some book pages in there. It might take 2.5 or something like that. Just slide them in. That's all I'm going to do is slide them in all the way over to the edge like that. I ain't never made this before, but I know how to make the bags that I make. So I'm just do this like this instead of having glued this all down, and then I have to add some extra paper on the inside. So just put this here, not all the way down to that crease, just over to these creases, because I'm still going to have to put a spine in here. All right, and then we have that much in like that, and then I'm just going to add some glue to it. And this glue is slow because it's a little teeny thingy. Let me get my big bottle of glue up top, and then it can come out faster because, baby, we'll be all day squeezing that, trying to get that going. Okay, so I'm putting this in here. Hold these. And lift that up, and I'm just going to put some glue in here because as long as there's enough glue in here so that it don't move around, that's all you need. I'm rubbing it with my hand and everything and press that down so it's not big pieces that's just wet and sitting somewhere in the way. All right, and press that on there, and then do the same thing to this side. And then just press that a little bit around with my hand too. You know, using 3 or 4 fingers and everything. And then put that back over in that corner. Slide over. And then press that down. All right, so now those two, it looks like that. I'm going to put a piece in the middle, but let me do another one on the side first. And then slide this in here. And get one more. And slide that in here, this way. So the flat pieces all the way over, and put the glue in there. Make sure. All right. And then, okay. I ain't seen nobody do this, but, you know, maybe somebody need to know that you can do this. Because what I watched her do was open up a whole bag at the bottom and everything, and then she found her length, and then she still ended up cutting it down because she said she didn't want it that long. And then she added some fabric, 2 different kinds of fabric, one to one side and one to the inside. And she was going to sew it. And I didn't want to do all of that at all. My sewing machine's sitting right here. I've been pulled it out, but I ain't used it yet. All right, so we got that. And now we can go back to this side. I'm going to put a little piece in the middle, which might be 1 piece of paper. And does this feel like 2 pieces? Hold on. All right, 1 piece might do the center for both. I'm not sure, but I'm looking because I can see right here. It's not quite, but let's see if we cut it down the center. Can it work? It's a little bit over the center. That part, but we're going to see, can it work? It don't have to be perfect, but we just need to give it some center piece support too. Yeah, that's all right. That's about sizable. It's not, the perfect piece, but it's okay. So I'm just running a little piece of glue down the middle of that and rub that side to side so it can be to both ends, and put this right in the middle. And that's what I'm going to do, okay? And now that's that, okay? Now that we got all that paper in there, y'all see it? I'm going to just put some glue in here like this. And then I'm going to rub it side to side. Hold on, babes. Keep still. Don't go side to side because it's flipping up what's not all glued down. And then come all the way up to the ends. And then put a little bit more because we want to seal it now. We want this whole piece to be sealed. Come up under here. Let them know. Y'all in here to stay. Y'all cannot come back out. This is it. Good night. Okay? So this is going down. And then we put that in there. Rub it nice. Get this off the edge. And we're going to press. And now that should be all fixed together. It's nice and thick now. And then we're going to do that to this. Come this way, get a little piece of glue down the center, and rub that side to side so I can try to hold that paper. And I think this paper is a little thinner in width, a little narrower, but it's going to be fine. It ain't that bad. It's just a little bit, see? Still works. And then we're going to put the glue in there like we did. Put that glue in there. And, we're still going to need some on the end, but hold on. Let's put this and slide it around. I know somebody used their paintbrush and their sponge brush and all those things. I have those things too. I don't have time for that. Then you got to have a cup of water over here setting so you can put it in there. And then you got to make sure you don't knock it over. I ain't got no table space for all of that. And we just use our hand, rub the glue off later, okay? That's what we want to do, all right? And now let's get these edges, okay? And put this paper to bed also. All right, now here we go. Over here. I think that one is, okay. Thought it was down all the way, but it's not. But this one is. All right, and so now I'm going to press this back out like that and give it a nice little thin bead across here so it can be sealed all the way to the end. All the way. All right, and then press. There we go. Now, I'm happy with that. Now I got to figure out my spine. Okay? I got to figure out my spine. And surely if I was getting ready to, this all you need, little water glue is just fine. You can just, rub this stuff. And when it start rolling in your hand, push it off in the bin over there. And now keep going. Now, the spine piece, we can trim all this up later. The spine piece is just like that 12 by 12 paper. I make the spine myself. I got this folding here. Let me show you how I do it. There's my bone folder. Let me find that thing. This sitting over here. I forgot to pin this thing. All right, because you got to keep up with that, or that'll be a whole problem, which y'all know. Let me see. I dropped something in the trash I need. Okay, now the bone folder is right here. And I'm going to press this out. That's what I didn't want. I didn't want the farmers to be mixed up, but I guess it's not going to matter. Don't worry about it, Joanne. It's okay. Let me see. It's fine. It's fine. It's on here. Don't worry about it. And press this one. All right, and now I have that. And then what I do is I come in here and I bend it a little bit on the side of that fold that I've just put in the middle so it can have just a little piece, a small. I don't know how to measure it or nothing like that. Please don't ask me because I don't know. You saw what I did? I did a nice sharp bone fold to the center. And then I just came out just about that much. Just about that much. That's it. And then I'm folding that down with my finger. Okay? Then I'm going on the other side of the bone fold piece. And I made that last journal like this. The one that is on my page and it says flip through. Wasn't that long ago. And so I have this one. And it's still moist, so it's hard to really get it in there. But it's right there. And then I have a center one. And then I have this one. All right. And that's how I do it. And then it has this. It's just like a little teeny, let me see, where's it? I mean, it's not even that wide. It's like the 1 centimeter. Y'all can't see it. It's like 1. Okay? So over here is half. It's not even half, it's a quarter. Okay? So we might make it a little bit wider. We might make it a little bit wider so it could be half. But that fold is getting in there nice and good. And then this one. So I'm going to bone fold this one. Let me see. That's my center one. Let me see. It's right here. It's on top of Farmer, so you know that's that one. And then this one is here. But it's so moist, you can't even really find it. But I see 1 and 2, but I don't really see the third one. So the third one is probably over here. So let me put it and bone fold it in. Because it's not really visible. So I'm going to slide this up here. I'm going to just slide it up like so. And it'll be under all of the green letters like that. And then I can know where it says, right at the bottom, okay, of the letters. I'm going to slide it up here like that. Now y'all can see the bottom of the letters for Farmer's Market right there. So that's one. And you see the other one is right here. Look, it's already in there. That's 2. Okay. And now I got that. That's the whole spine. That's right there. Okay. That's what I've been doing with the 12 by 12s. I don't know if you can, or I mean, you're supposed to, whatever. But they told me no rules, so I made this one up. And you can just go ahead and fold this back like that because it's thick. And then you can see where they are. All right, now we have that. It's kind of cool. Maybe I should put some ink on it, but not black. Okay, let's use the brown. I always have to reach over here to get this ink, honey. Let's see. I don't know if we need some water on here. Let's check it out. Let me see. I need a little piece of paper. Let's see. Can we see the ink? No, you cannot. It's not good enough to identify. This stuff don't work like Ranger ink. I keep telling y'all that. But it's okay. Just wet it and try something anyway. All right. Here we go. And then I don't want to make it too dark. I just want to try to give it a little bit of something here. You can't see it too good because it's brown paper bag. But when I unfold it, you should be able to identify that it's right there. Okay. And then we're going this way. See it? So that's all right like that. Let's get a little bit more for the other. Then put that here. and then here. And now we can see. And then we'll put the sewing on the inside of that right in here. Okay, now that piece might need some help because in here we did not, you know what we didn't do in here? We did not add paper down in there because we have to make the spine, right? So we're going to make sure that we reinforce this. That middle piece is where you got to have your sewing right here. So I'm going to put just this on here. That's just some kind of washi that's not the best, but it's okay because nobody gonna see it. I wanted this on the outside of my book too because I wanted to outline it, but it didn't work out that way. See, that's what I mean. You have to lose something. If you wanted this, you had to lose that, but I should have figured out a different kind of way, like take this out, but I don't even know how it was gonna work because I definitely wanted that leaf. Yeah, I'm thinking, should I make this like the top front? And then I might still can get that, but that's not going to work, I don't think. I don't think that's going to work. Now I'm trying to decide. I think it's going to be all right, though. I'm trying to decide, but I think it'll be okay. Because I really did want this. This was a nice image. It's just like all ground and seed and dirt coming through and then this leaf coming up. I thought that was going to be cool. It's kind of like this, but in the dirt. Well, it's look like it's going to be plain that way, but this side look like it's better, right? I think this side look better. And have this on the inside. What y'all think? I think that's better. I'm going to crease this out. I'm going to mash this out. It's a good thing it's still moist. Because this all right like this too. Let me just put it out here. I think I'm leaving on the outside now. Like this. And like this. Push this one out here. Right? I think it looks better this way. Because this adds more, you know, more something to look at as a cover. Sprouts where goodness grows. And then over here. Just because I wanted that leaf thing. All right. It don't matter which way. So I'm going to just reinforce this piece. And I'm going to reinforce it with this 3M glue. I'm going to reinforce it this way. Put this glue here. Like so. This kind of wide. I wonder if I should use a wider tape. Like, yeah, maybe we should use this. Because it's, you know, a little bit wide. The other one is too wide. So we're not going to use that one. I'm going to put this on here. And roll this right on out. Okay. And then we can clip it right about here. All right. And then press that down in there. It's okay. It didn't go the way we wanted it to go because we wanted to save something that I saw and that I wanted. Okay. Now I'm not going to fold that again yet. I'm going to work with this side first so I can press those indentations of what I creased flat out over here. The glue coming through off the end. You see it? It's coming out. All right, and then maybe that'll straighten itself all the way out. Oh, it's coming out of there too. Okay, look. Let's squeeze it out. We'll wind this down and put it right here and use it when we need it. Okay, and then just keep that like that. Now, we can still see the 3 lines. You got to still fold this thing while this is wet, or else this tape won't work with it. And then you'll be like, oh, okay, that didn't hold. So you got to grab it quick. And it's still not wide enough over here, but it's wide enough on that side. So that's fine. We'll take half of the length of that. We'll take half of the length and come over here and add another piece so that it'll wrap all the way around the spine, or else that'll peel back, and we'll want to do that. So we'll take half of this one like this and tear that off, and then we're going to come and cut it as straight as we can right here and add it on to the piece that is already there. Okay, like so. And we're going to put it right here. Slide that one up and put that one there. And then put this one here. We need another piece of this glue right here so that it can sit on top of this one. It's all right. And put that one on here. Slide it over. And put that one there. And then that should be good. And now we can fold this. And now it's a total wrap. Okay. All right. Now that should work for us. Okay, it should work. Because that piece in the middle is still good. I want to wrap all the way around. And it should be good. Now we just got to cut these pieces off. So I don't want this to wrap around. It's not working with me right here. All right. And then over here, just a wee bit. I'm sorry that the phone and tripod and all is shaking. I don't mean to let that happen. Okay, so now we have that. And we can trim this piece off of this book page. And then this one. And that's going to be that for now. Okay? So that can wrap around. And this one can wrap around. It's still not pressed out. I mean, the crease is in there, but it's not going to matter. Because by the time I sew it, you won't see it no way. All right? And so that's going to be that. Now, I'm finished with this. Okay? And let me see. Where is my... All this stuff is sliding down, honey, like an avalanche. Okay, sit right here. Don't fall. All right, and then I'm going to get this. Yeah, this is a small one. And I want this piece out here. Like this. You can't see it all, but it's okay. And then I can even put a little stem in there like that. come down here like this. And that's okay. That's how I wanted it. And I might go across these words. I was thinking about that too. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be cute. And this will be this way. And then this will be this way. And then the paper size might be tall, but it's okay that it's tall because I'll use my legal size paper. And then I will have that doubled up. I ain't going to do it on here, but I put the papers together. Y'all might have seen it, but I take 2 legal papers and I glue them like this. And then I can put them in this book like this after I glue them. Or I glue them this way and I put it this way. Either way. And then I put it inside of here like this and cut them down. So that's what's going to be of that. And I'm going to do the other book just like that. That's what I'm going to do. So I didn't pull papers to put, I have a stack of papers over there, but I didn't know what kind of paper I wanted to use for this. So I'm going to just keep it like this maybe. I don't know. This is not the right marker to be doing this with. Because I keep on telling myself, stop doing that. Because it's my pen that I do hand lettering, but I ain't did no hand lettering and whatever. Okay, I have not. And I'm just going to outline this. Somebody will probably like this. I probably put some gardening pages in here and I don't know what else, but something that can go with this idea. And just outline this a little bit. And I think it's going to be cute. I'm thinking it'll be a cute journal. Because somebody will be able to appreciate it. Okay. Just give it a little bit of definition so that it looks, kind of cool. Then we just add a little bit of something to it. That's all. Not a whole bunch. I don't want to take away from all of it. Just give it something so it's not just plain. Okay? The farmer sitting in here in case you can't see him. He right here. Just give him a little bit of something so somebody can see him. He's here. Okay? That's looking pretty cool. That's looking pretty cool. I don't want to do a whole lot. All right? That's kind of all right like that. Okay. That's kind of it. I don't want to do too much. I know it look like I'm still doing stuff, but I'm not. I'm finished. Just wanted to outline it. Just makes it, a little bit, stand out a little bit better. Hello, Butter Roll. And so we have this. That's the outside now, like this. And this the inside. And you can decide your top or your bottom. It won't matter. Because either way you look at it, this way you can see it, or this way you can see it. So it doesn't matter. I'll decide which way. I might put some stuff on the outside of this cover. I don't know if I can add the handle to it or not. I was thinking about it, but I don't know if I can add the handle to it. So I'm finished with this one. And then, let me see, we got a few minutes. We got 14 minutes. This is already cut. This is going to be the same thing, but I might make this one shorter. And I was thinking about making all book page tears to one of them. And I didn't know if I was going to, but maybe I will. What's book page tears? That means you tear up the book page And you just leave the brown paper bag, and the inside of it is going to be torn book page. All right, I think this fold goes to, yeah, I think this side is the way it's going to go. What's the measurement on this? All these papers everywhere. Let's see. It's probably the same thing. Yeah, it's 11 and a half. 11 and a half. And that's 7 1/4. So we're going to make this one shorter. We're going to make this the standard 9. 9 by 6. That's going to be small though. I don't really be liking my books like that. I don't know why, but I don't, because that's going to make it like this. That means when you fold the 8 and a half by 11, it fit right into here. But is that going to be cute is the question. I don't really know. So let me don't do it yet, because I might not want it like that. Because I might not want it like that, and then I'll be like, why you do it like that? When all of the other books are going to be tall, right? Because they're 12 by 12 papers. So let's just use some of this and put this together like we said. And if we're going to cut it down, we can always cut it down. But right now, we're just going to give all this a finger smoosh rub all the way across, down the bottom at the ends. And then lay all this down like so. And then come around here and do the same thing. Glue it all down. I was going to make one out of a Amazon packaging with that bubble stuff. Not the plastic bubble, the paper, but it's got that, the bubble stuff that's inside the paper one is like, it's almost like a styrofoam adhesive type of thing, because I opened one up before, and it'll have all them little dots everywhere, and it can like peel off like little teeny pieces of styrofoam. So I was like, people like, let's say some people like that bubble feeling to that paper with that crinkly sound, but it just didn't seem like it was going to work out like that too good as a whole journal. I ain't know. So I didn't mess with it. I just cut this open. I didn't know how it was going to turn out and everything. This sliding over here not being where we need it at, but that's okay. It can be like this. We'll just come along, even it up, and cut it down and everything. This is how the bag is. It's just made like this. They glued what they glued, and that was it. Okay, let's say it can hold. Just leave it alone. It's okay. So now we just lay that down right there. And now that's that. I'm going to fold this over. And since the bag slid, I'm going to cut it down a little bit. But I'm not going to give it like the right size or whatever. I'm just going to even this stuff up, because none of that is even. Okay? But we're going to make it even. I'm going to put this up here on this white line, which is at the 9. Like that. I might even drag it back a little bit more so it won't be too much getting cut off. And then we're going to cut that down right here. Hold on. And then we're going to do the same thing to this one, because this is uneven. It's uneven on this side, but I can't even see. It's hard to cut when the flaps are open toward you. Sometimes it'll push your blade backwards, and that's not safe. But we're going to try it. It's not safe, but we're going to try it and be careful while we're trying it, okay? That's what we're going to do. Just go ahead and cut that and don't drag it from that end up there that's open. You don't want it to flip back and then be on your hand. Okay? So we got that. Let's see. Yes, okay. And now we're going to put it this way. Line this up to this line, which is on the 2. And that's a little bit over the 4. Oh, that's a 9. Over the 9. I see a 4. I don't really know. Meanwhile, we're going to even this edge up right here. All right. See how it's folding back? That's what I mean. Because you got to be careful because that thing can be a problem. Just go slow. Never do you want this blade to jump off the paper and on here, because that'll be a problem. See how it's doing? It's the glue and it's cutting it in the wrong direction. All right, so we got that. And these scissors, sorry. But anyway, we got that. And this is what we have now. And it's even. And what I was saying about the book page is you just take some book pages, about 4 or 5 of these, like that. And then some other ones. So you have some variety and everything. Not this, because, oh, this one's already got plenty on that side. And then this one. And then I still have a longer one like this. And then we're going this way. And then we'll take these and we'll tear these up like so. Hold on. Tell Keisha come here. Tell Keisha come here. Y'all, I'm sorry. Somebody's at my door. That's all right. They understand. We get these interruptions. They all right. Y'all watching? They all right. write your number on there, Keisha. So I'm putting this here, and we're gonna tear this up. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know these things happen. This is live. Live means this how it is when it's live. Now she wants to set it here and watch. It's my neighbor. Okay. All right, so now we're going to glue these down on here. Okay, y'all? Y'all ready? Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to use this part as the inside. And we're going to glue this paper down on here like this. All these different pieces and parts. Okay? You can tear them up. You can make them small. They can be upside down, sideways, however you want them to go. It's the same thing as if you wanted to use some scrapbook and paper. Just put a piece of paper down. We can trim it later. It's going to come out good. See? Get all kinds of different pieces and parts. Put them wherever you want them at. All kinds. And then it comes out to be your own unique thing. You don't have to have it going all kinds of ways if you don't want. But if you want it to be that way, it can be that way. And just put them down. It don't have to cover everything. If you want to come back and add, and you want that thing to cover everything, you can do that. But I don't want it to cover everything. I just want it to be you know, just organic and everything. Just how you want it to be. All right, sugar, I'll call you, okay?
Okay.
All right, baby.
Enjoy.
All right. And so then we put these in here. And that. Yes. So that was my neighbor, and she wanted my son to say, tell your mother come to the door, because she say her grandson need tutoring. See how the Holy Spirit is always working, because I'm like, I don't really know what I'm be doing, which was another part of what I was going to share. That, you know, my son said to me before, said, man, you make these videos, and you always make these videos, and it's good because, you know, you got to make videos in order to grow, right? But this really like a hobby. And I was like, it's a hobby to those who is a hobby for. But I'm trying to grow for real over here. Let me see this other piece. I'm trying to grow for real over here because I love this and this is what I love. And I ain't really know, you know what I mean, how it was going to happen, that it was going to grow, because, you know, you got to do some hoops and turns and jumps and things, and you got to wait, you know, for this kind of thing like this to grow in a way where you can monetize your channel. And so I think maybe 2 days ago, I just kind of came to, okay, maybe this is just a hobby. And I say that because, one, I can't really make no money from this right now. It's just not in the cards for me to make money from it right now. Because I've been doing this since, I mean, my channel, not this whole crafty piece. I've been doing my channel since April of 2023. And it's like, okay. And they kept telling me, people kept saying, you got to niche down. And I was like, I'm not niching to nothing. I'm just over here crafting. That is a niche. And they was like, no, you got to, you know, really find your audience and know who that people are, and or those people, you know, you gotta do something different so you can, you know, get there. And I was like, I don't know. I kept saying, I don't know. And so now I'm yet over here still trying to figure out my part and my place in this world where it comes to this kind of thing, because I have to know where I'm going to get my bread and butter from. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Because school going to close, and I got to make sure that I know where that's coming from. So I've been kind of embracing it. I don't want all of my pieces covered up. I might put a piece of plain paper right here. And so, you know, sometimes I'm kind of in a depressed mode, if I can say it like that. I'm kind of in a depressed mode because this all I want. Like, I be looking at videos and trying to figure out, I want more over here right now. I'm gonna put this, because, I mean, I could put a little piece here, but maybe I'll put it here. This is all I like to do, you know? And I feel like, you know, sometimes I feel like, you know, you just doing this. And it's like, I'm not just doing this and not caring, because I already did some work, and the work is tremendous and it's good, right? Tremendous in a good way. And see, I like that. I don't know if somebody like that. Y'all like that? And so, let me see. Oh, somebody said, honey, we understand we have children too. Amen. Amen. And listen, and I don't have no small kids in my house anymore, right? I'm really an empty nester. My son is here with me, but he not, because he out in the world working and doing what he doing and trying to do his thing. And so he ain't really here. He just here, but not here. And so I don't have no little people over here anymore with me. It's just me. But I did some work for little people. And I think I already shared it with y'all. Maybe I didn't, but I think I did. And my book that I wrote back in 2017, I started it in 15 when I saw it, and I started writing it in 17. And by the time I finished all of the work that I finished, it was 2020. So it took me 3 years. And that thing went to the patent office and everything, and the patent office saying, this don't look like something we can give a patent to, and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, God, I don't even know what to do. I'm going to just sit here. I don't know. And I started this channel on spring break. I started my channel on spring break of 2023. I say, I'm going home when spring break happened, and I'm going to start a YouTube channel, another one. Like this was now my third one. And I said, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to just grow there, and I'm going to stay home, and I'm going to make YouTube videos. And I've been doing it. And I try to stay consistent and be here on my channel and everything, because this is what I like to do. Like this, what I want to wake up and say my prayers, do my devotions, clean myself up, come downstairs, feed my kids, scoop my litter. You know what I'm saying? Eat something and everything like that, and make a video. Then figure out what I'm going to do for the next video. That's all I'm going to do, because I already did that work. And I've been yet racking my brain and everything like that, trying to figure out where I'm going to work. Because school get ready to close, and I'm not going to have a job in June. I'm going to pay my bills and all that kind of stuff. And so I've been trying to figure that thing out. And my truth is, I don't know. And my truth is, I don't really want no job. And I've been looking, I've been going places. I've been applying online and going places and all that kind of stuff. And, it's like, you can do that. But, where's your heart at? My heart right here. This way it's at. And I can't do nothing about what things, appear to be right now. So every now and then I come back over here and I make a video. And, they be saying, you can tutor and all that kind of stuff. And I be like, I don't even know how I'm going to get into no tutoring. I used to tutor a couple kids here and there. I had a couple children. I had a little summer daycare in my house quite a few years ago, and all that kind of stuff. But, we need real money over here so we can pay these bills. That's where we at with the whole thing. So that's why I don't be on here as frequently. I used to be making a video every day and sometimes twice a day. But then I had to push myself out of it a little bit because I don't really know. Take this piece of ragged edge right here. Because I don't really know, y'all. So I just be like, God, I don't know. So out of nowhere, my neighbor just said, you still tutoring? I'm like, yeah. She's like, my grandson need tutoring real, real bad. Like right now. I'm like, okay. So I'm going to call her. But, okay. So, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I be kind of mad about not being able to come here. And I know God knows that I feel that way. So sometimes, even like today, I was trying to, do something, do some kind of study and focus on something like what can make me some money. And then I was like, okay, I'm watching this stuff and they telling me go here and look at this and look at about what they say, X the public on like Google, X the public, and go on Reddit and all this stuff. And I simply said to the Lord, I understand, God, that these people are directing me in this way, but I'm only looking for the thing you put on my heart. That's all I'm looking for. Because he said in his word that he would give me the desires of my heart. That don't mean what I desire like this, right? It means what he desires for me because he put it there. And that's the thing I'm supposed to follow. So while the people can make suggestions and you can listen to them and they may give you some kind of hope or, a little bit of inspiration or a little bit of, I like that thought or something like that. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I want to do what I want to do. And that's not just I want to do what I want to do. I want to do what he has for me because that thing is going to be the thing. And school ain't it. I hope that it ain't school. I'm praying that, that's not what he still want me to keep doing because I'm so frustrated at school. I really am. I'm so frustrated at school. Y'all can't even imagine, how it is at school. It's real bad. I'm not making it up. It's all kinds of people. It's a big air pocket in here, so I need to fix that because it's not holding it flat. Y'all can't imagine. And I know every school is not like this, but it is happening to all the children across the nation. Maybe not as prevalent as other places, but the Bible spoke about and it speaks about how it's going to be where children going to be rebellious and disrespectful to their parents. Okay? There's another scripture in the Bible that says that children shall honor their parents in the Lord, right? But it says that the kids going to be rebellious and disrespectful disrespectful to their parents and against authority, parents against their children, children against their parents. That's in the Bible. And these are the things we're looking at. And when I work, where I work, it's so much profanity, so much disrespect and disregard for authority and disrespect. I mean, they say anything to anybody at any time in any person's presence, from kindergarten to grade 8. And for the last 5 days, today is day 6. But last week, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I held a class for a teacher who I've been supporting for the last month and a half. And that person was out, and I had that class for those 5 days. And when I say it was incredible, and some of those same students that I had, I had them when I first started at the school, and now they're a couple grades ahead. And it's real bad. It really is. If parents could be flies on the wall, spiders in the corner, or whatever kind of creepy, crawly, small insect, right? Or something like that, they would be just like, oh my God, are you serious? Right? That kind of thing. That's how it is. And you just have to know when your season is up. I'm a Christian. I'm a minister at my church where I serve and everything. And it has been said since I've been a Christian that in ministry, you have to know when your season and your time is up. It's time to pass the baton. They always said that, right? This is very pretty. I like it. So this will be the inside, and then there'll be a spine. And so that's the same way in workforce. Some people been the supervisor, the dean, the president, the chief financial officer, and the chief executive officer, and all the positions and things, and they've been getting the money and they've been getting the clout and all that kind of stuff, and they don't want to move and promote somebody and all that kind of stuff. I remember when I was serving in my church, and I was I was the director for Vacation Bible School, and I did it under someone as a mentee, right? And they were mentoring me, and I was learning about working in a large part of the ministry like that. And at some point, that person passed it on to me. She was mentoring me and another young lady. And that young lady, after a year, she moved. She got married and she moved, her and her family. And so then it fell to me. Do you want to do it? And I said yes. And the person, my mother in the ministry, when she passed it on, she said, it's yours, but if you need help with anything, I'm still here and I can, you know what I mean, support you and help you. But, you know, it is yours and you have to be able to, you know, seek God for what you want to do, not what I was doing or anybody before me. And so I did that. And I orchestrated and ran Vacation Bible School for 7 years for 300 people near. 'Cause we used to have like 100 children, right? And they have a 3 week. And then we had, no, 200 people, not 300. And then we would have somewhere between 75, 74, up to about 100 adults. So we had a youth week, then we had a teen week, and then we had adult week. So for 3 weeks, I did that. And then when my season was over after 7 years. And so I'm at the season at, you know, working in schools. I started working in schools and I left here, Maryland, in 2001. And before then, I worked in a licensed home child care. And I worked there for a year. And when I left and moved to Georgia, I worked in a Christian school for a year. Then I came home and I worked in Christian school for 6 years. Actually, 6.5 years. And then I went to Baltimore City and I've been working in that district since 2018. So, you know, it's time for me to do what's next. And you don't know what's next until you know what's next. I mean, people push into whatever they want to do because that's what they want to do. It don't have nothing to do with your call or your purpose. And it's not a good feeling not knowing what your purpose is. Many people in the world doing things and they're not fulfilled in it. They do it for money, they do it for benefits, they do it because their parents told them to go to school and they chose something because their parents said you're going to school, and they went to school and they pursued something that their parents wanted them to do. College wasn't even for them, wasn't something they wanted to do, and they've been doing it their whole lives because somebody else told them that's what they needed to do or they was going to do, or they did it with friends or something like that, or looking for identity because they don't know who they are and they don't know what to do. And so I'm going to just do this, even if I hate it and even if I don't understand where I am in life. And that's how it is. You know, I was just talking to a colleague at work, and he was saying, you know, when he became an adult, then he understood, you know, how it is. Because I was like, you so country and so old. And he's a young guy. And he was like, that's because I was raised with country old people. And I said, oh, and it was a good thing, right? It worked out for you because when you became an adult for real, I ain't talking 18, I'm talking about for real. He said, no, Miss Howard, when I became an adult, I was 30 for real. And I said, yeah. And I was 33 when I found me, and now I'm 57. So I understand that some people older than 57, they still have not found themselves. And I'm just saying that that's just how life is. But nobody's going to tell you that's why they got the saying, quiet as it's kept. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying all of the things I'm saying because we over here still don't know what we supposed to be doing. Not supposed to be, okay, doing over here. So we having fun with the paper and waiting to find out because we don't know. but we do know that we did a tremendous work that's in the land at the Copyright Office. We're waiting for that to move. So we just keep playing with these papers and having fun because we don't know yet what else is next. But that's why y'all don't see me as frequently, because we over here frustrated about the whole thing. This is very, very, very cute. I love this. Like, this is the whole idea of junk journal, because we play with papers and repurpose books, and this is what, this is just so cool. And then you can decorate this side however you want. But it's very, very challenging living in this world and not knowing what your purpose is, and you just aimlessly going about and doing and everything like that. And you might be getting somewhere financially, and you might have friends and, some kind of social circle or something like that, but a lot of people leave corporate and everything like that and regular jobs, and they get in the car and they drive home and they frustrated and they mad and they want to take a pill and they want to drink, and they don't tell nobody and stuff like that, but they drinking, wine and having a drink, and, they stressed out, they taking pills and all this kind of stuff because they have these things that they're doing, and their lives are not meaningful. They just got a job and they make good money and they can pay their bills. And, if we could hear the stories from the graveyard, we would know. We would know if we could hear the stories from the graveyard, but we don't get to hear those stories. But we hear our own stories in our heads. And these are things that I be thinking about, I don't want to go sit and look at Reddit and think about Reddit and X the public and all that kind of stuff. And they said, just find a pain point where people are asking all kinds of questions and you see it repeatedly and you're trying to, put one and two together, and then you come up with solutions to help people and answer their problems, and you create a course. I don't want to create no course about stuff like that. I just want to get on here and be real and talk about the thing that matters, because that's all life is about. Life is only about what matters. You trying to try all the things and do all of this stuff. Let's just get real and talk about what really matters, because money don't really matter at the end of the day or the beginning of the day. You only need it to come here, stay here, and leave here. That's it. All this other stuff is foolishness. And if you ain't helping nobody, then it's just all vanity. So, I mean, that's what I mean when I say I just want to do what I want to do. And I don't want to do what other people saying, oh, do this and do that. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want my life to have purpose and meaning. And while I don't know what God want me to do right now, I'm just sitting here looking at these papers and saying I'm going to make these journals. And girl, don't waste your time making no journal. What if don't nobody buy them? And then it's like, but if you don't make them, how you going to know if they're going to buy them? So these the things that I'm looking at. This the stuff I want to talk about and stuff like that, because that's what matters. That's what's important. All that other stuff is hogwash and don't make no kind of sense. It just don't. I want to put something pretty on here because I just want to. While people still hanging out with me, I'm just gonna see. Let me see what somebody's saying on here, because I see some comments and things. Let me read this stuff. Okay. Thank you, sweetheart. Josephine Ford. Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Listen, I'm just saying that I do talk to God, baby, and I talk to him all the time. But God, there is a season, right? When you're in your life, different seasons, And there's a season when God's not talking, and you just have to walk by faith, and you have to trust, and you have to wait for Him to speak. And so that's where I am with that. Let me see. Are you still on your line? Because it's showing. I don't even know. I'm still on here. But anyway, I don't know why YouTube ain't focused, and Google be all somewhere sometimes. But anyway, sometimes God is not talking, and He's just watching what we're doing and watching what we're about in our own movement, right? Like, are you focusing on what you're supposed to be doing? Is it an interest of yours? You know what I mean? And what are you doing to get to that area or something like that? And some of it is just faith. You got to move by faith, and you got to have a strong sense that God is leading you in a direction. And I felt like He was sharing with me about a channel, and then I wasn't getting no kind of like understanding for what to do next after I did 2 videos there. And then I was like, okay, what's next? What's the next video? And I waited, and I didn't get nothing. So I just waited, and nothing still hasn't come to me recently, because I don't put myself in a, listen, everybody out here who want to be teaching something put themselves in a position of an expert. And that's what social media tell us. They say you're the expert in your niche, and you're the expert in your particular, let's say, not your, they don't say in your experience, right? They be saying you're the expert in your field or in whatever topic that you're talking about. And so you want to be the go-to person where everybody wants to reach out to you and come to you. Well, I'm only the expert in my own experiences. That's the only expert that I am. I'm in my own experiences, what I have experienced and what I learned from it. That's it. And that's what I can share. And those things can be helpful for the person who might be experiencing something that I have lived through and that I have overcome. If they can, you know what I'm saying, get there. Oh, that's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful. And if they can get there, then that can be a good thing. But if it don't work for that person, it may work for the next person. But nobody's an expert in anything really. You might know something and you know it well and stuff like that, and that's good. Maybe you're an expert, I don't really know. You might be just good at what you know because you've experienced it really well and stuff like that. But, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not out here trying to be the expert. I just want to be real. That's it. I just want to be my authentic self and just be real. And I don't feel like being phony and acting like I'm somebody that I am not, or that I have every answer to whoever wants to write something in a comment, whether they're making a statement or asking a question, or, you know what I'm saying, trying to go against what I said or what I'm, trying to share. Because all I know is what I know, what I've experienced, and what somebody else may have shared with me that I can see as, their experience and as a truth. That's it. Other than that, I don't know. I don't go about sharing things that I don't have no understanding about, because that stuff is not okay. Because people are here looking for real answers and real solutions. And I'm just trying to focus on the things that matter to people in a way that it helps them. Because if it's helping them, it's helping me, because I'm in a way that I can be useful to somebody else. And that's where I see the fun at. I see the fun in, just being right there, helping somebody understand their stuff. Because life is hard out here. Life is hard, and not everybody have been taught, the way you may have been taught. And you may have something that they can benefit from. And when you find that that is so, and you're helping somebody, it makes you feel good because then you feel useful. I mean, what else is it to do in this world besides be useful and help somebody else besides yourself? We're not trying to just get a following and come up with all kinds of lies and things like that, to make people seem like, they getting all this value and we know all the things we claiming to know. And really, you don't really know. You just watching other people's videos and writing that stuff down and come and making your own video some kind of way. And I don't got no time for none of that. But, some people doing that. I need to make some money, and I want to make money in a way that I enjoy it. Like, I'm almost 60 years old. I don't feel like playing around with how to make some money and some real money so that I can pay my bills, because we're not over here trying to be rich and all like that. Rich is good if that's what God has for me. But there's a scripture for that too. And it said, to whom much is given, much is required. And so, I keep that in the forefront of my mind because I'm not playing about that. Because if you get all these things, you got to do all these things to keep all of that thing, and people be on this online place like YouTube, and they be making all these videos and they get all this following and they have all these views, and YouTube's still requiring the same thing every 30 days. You need 4,000 watch hours and you need 1,000 subscribers every 30 days. That's what they want. And if you don't get, I guess after a certain point, you don't have to worry about the 1,000 subscribers because people steady subscribing, but they still want them 4,000 watch hours. And so, you got to do all of that. And it's like, I don't even know. But, they get that stuff going and they see that money come in, and then they say, oh, I'm moving out of this place and I'm going over here and I'm buying this kind of vehicle and all this kind of stuff. Then you got to keep on doing all of those things to keep that kind of income, because you leveraging and you scaling and you leveling up and all those things. And then, you owe the bank or whoever you got your loan from so that you can buy the house or build the house and all that stuff. And you have to make the same money to keep all that stuff going. And that's the truth. I'm going to get a book, y'all, because I could be putting something on this cover. Let me get a book. That's what I was thinking about. Getting some kind of flower book or something like that. Let me get like 3 of them and see what I can find. I'll just get a couple books and bring them over, and I can maybe put something on this cover real quick because, see how beautiful that is right there. They're so pretty. But I don't want to be doing all that stuff. I want to, when it's hard and it's like, oh my goodness, and you're trying to get over it and don't want to do it, you want to still love what you're doing and it make you feel good because it's what you wanted to do. This is hard work. Making videos is hard work. It's not no joke. You got to find the stuff that you find that is lovely. You got to find the stuff that you find and then you got to put the thing together, and then you got to come and show up. You got to come and show up. And it's not easy. And so I do a lot of live videos because I'm doing it right now. And I don't feel like going through the slow internet. That's pretty too. The slow internet in my house. The Wi-Fi can be slow, and then I'm waiting 45 minutes and it's only on 30% upload, and now it's 2 hours and it's still on 70% upload and all of that. I don't feel like all of that. This is pretty. I'm going to get this. So I just do live videos until I feel like I'm going to do something different, because YouTube don't care how I put them up. They just care that I'm still on their platform. Dang, what was that? I hate when something falls on the steps. They just glad I'm still on their platform, and that's it. They don't care how long I'm stay on it. They're just like, oh, okay, she's still here. Let's get this. I don't know how much of it I'm gonna cut out, but I'm gonna get this one right here. Start with this piece. Yeah, it's just, this stuff is not easy. I'm looking at all this stuff in my house all the time, and I just be like, girl, just start packing the stuff up and get rid of it. I told myself all the time, like I told myself today, like you are always feeling a little bit depressed about this and ready to give up on it, and then at the same time you still want to make the videos, and so you don't really know which way to feel sometimes when it comes down to this. And I said, all the money that I spent, invested, and everything like that is, not money wasted. It's not to me. Even though sometimes in my moments of depression, I feel like I wasted this money, because I spent a lot of money. If it's $2,000, somebody said that's not a lot, but it is a lot. It's a lot, and you ain't did nothing with it. But I've had fun. And I guess that's probably the most important part, outside of the fact that I have real people who talk with me on this platform and who write. They take time to write me comments and everything and DM me and all that kind of stuff. And that's a blessing, because people don't have to give you their time. So outside of me having had so much fun with it, I have appreciated all of the people who subscribe to my channel or just visit my channel often, or whenever they do. Because some people not here all the time. They just come when they come, And some say, I've been watching you for a while, and I'm almost always here when you go live. I just don't say anything. I don't talk in the chat or anything. I just watch and listen. And I get private messages like that. And it's like, thank you. Like, I appreciate that, because I'm here for me and I'm here for y'all. Okay? I started for me, hoping that y'all were going to come, and y'all came. And I keep showing up for y'all and for me, because for me, this is a mental break for me and everything. And I feel good when I am making videos, because I love making them. Even though I'm not, some people say, we're not just out here putting up videos and free content. And I be looking and saying, y'all not, but I am, because I don't get paid for it, and I'm still making videos, and I got over 1,000 videos. And I'm not, all that happy about how many I have like that, because I still don't have 1,000 subscribers. But I just make videos all the time. That's some kind of commitment. And I know that the Lord sees it. I know he sees that, and maybe that's what it takes for me. I'll never know when, he gonna push the button. He can push the button whenever he want to. This is not about Google or, whoever owns YouTube or whatever like that. God can push the button whenever he want to. And somebody will just be watching and another somebody. And the next thing you know, I can wake up tomorrow morning and have 1,000 subscribers just like that. Just because somebody watching my shorts. He can have, enough people just watch my shorts and push subscribe. They don't care where the subscriber come from. They just care that you have gotten them. So he can push the button whenever. I just keep showing up. And sometimes I be in here mad to tears. Y'all don't even know. Mad to tears. Not because I don't have the subscribers, but because it's a problem when you in a place and you're not sure what you're going to do or how you're going to do it. It's just a problem. Some of y'all know that I have a car for 5 years. I talk about these things on my channel, because I'm real. I'm a real person. This is not AI over here, okay? This is not AI. We're not over here acting fake and phony, everything all polished and crazy, looking like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's crazy that people have the aesthetics. I'm just saying that people want to see where you are, where you came from, and know that they can trust you. That's how I started YouTube back in 2021. They want to know that they can trust you, So take them on your journey of going and getting and being and all that kind of stuff, and then you will build this kind of rapport, right? And so I can appreciate that, but some people don't show you where they come from. You just see where they at, and then when I go, I look at everybody's stuff that I'm watching. If I'm watching your video, believe me, I'm pushing the more button on your banner because I want to see when you started. And I'm finding out, and you can you can hide your content on YouTube. So I can go on here and I can hide a whole lot of stuff if I wanted to, just so it doesn't show and y'all only see the good stuff. So I took a course, I was in a course with a young lady, and she showed us how we can do that. I'm not hiding nothing. All these things that I've done and this up here, that's what it is, and that's what it was. But people do that, and you only see the good because they don't want you to see their bad and ugly and everything like that. And this stuff is a journey and a process, and you don't get here fly by night always. Some people do because they got something to say, and whatever they said, it resonated with the people it resonated with real quick, and it was good, and they got there. I could put that on there like that. That's cute. I could put that on there like that. But I don't know if I want it on the front. I got to determine my front. I think this is my front. And so it's like you got to know for yourself because nobody else, know your stuff. And if you don't know it, you just don't know it. You just doing what you're doing until you find out. That's who I am. I'm just doing what I'm doing till I find out. And I'm real over here. I'm not playing. But I do check with other people and see what they doing and how they doing it in terms of how they, channel came along and all of that. I check and I look. It's not a comparison game for me because I can't compare myself to nobody else because whatever they started, when they started it, and what they doing is not the same thing as what I'm doing and how I started and all of that. So I just say, okay. Maybe I can put this up here. I might find something else to put somewhere else. Who knows? It don't matter. Just put it on here. It's going to be pretty. So we got that. So, y'all, I love all of my followers and my people that's, always rocking with me and hanging out and chatting and talking to each other. I love it. Some of my people get on here with me and then they be talking to each other and saying, hey, and how you doing and how you been and all that. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, they might see each other on other people's channel as well, but they do see each other over here, and I love that. I love that. I'd be like, yes, y'all ain't got to talk to me because I'm not even looking. I'm trying to do this, but talk to each other because I stop every now and then and read. That's so pretty, right? This is real talk what you are doing. you know, and that's all I want to do, y'all. Sometimes, one time I asked before, I said, anybody want me to get on here and be doing voiceover? Because sometimes I be thinking about, let's read a book. I find a book and read a book and just put up chapters at a time. But I'm writing my own book. I'm writing an ebook right now, and I'm still trying to figure out how to put the ebook together. Like, I already started a cover on Canva, and I got these chapters and pieces and parts to this ebook. But I just wanna do what I'm doing over here and just talk about real life, and people get on here, get in the chat and stuff like that, and let's talk about it because life is happening to us all, you know. Right. That's all I can speak on is my truth. Life is happening to us all, and it's happening without permission. We don't get to choose. We do not get to choose. It's just what it is. And, people like to say that they can choose and all that. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? That's so nice. I almost got that. I think I'm gonna hold it because I see it and I wanted to put that on here. But yeah, it's just it is what it is and everything. It is what it is. And life don't ask you no questions. It just happened. You gotta do what you can do. You gotta do what you can do. And it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. It takes something. It ain't easy. It definitely is not easy. Some of it hurts, and some of it can hurt for a long time. But we gotta do what we can do when we can do it. And if you don't have nothing that you can do, you can't do nothing right now. All you can do is hold on. I don't want none of these, but it's some nice pages in here. This book is Flower and House Plants. Let me see. It's almost 2 hours. I ain't planning on being on here this long, but I ain't planning on talking about the things that came up either. But that's what I wanted to tell y'all about what I have been doing and what I've been thinking about and how things look. That's nice too. How things look. I gotta save some of this for the Sprouts book. I don't know what it's gonna be. All I was using this book the other day. That's so pretty. I wonder if I get that and put that on the front. Let's see. What's on this side? You can't look at that side, but that's so pretty to be on this side. Right here. That's pretty. I don't know. I got so many books. All right, let me look at this other one. I remember I had no flower books at all. What is this? Let's see. Didn't I just look through this? No, I was looking through it the other day though. But I don't know what else I'm going to use on here. I don't know. But I love all of my people. I do. It's so pretty. It's pretty. Let me see something. That's pretty. I might get this. Oh, man. I remember this was on here. Let me see if I'm going to lose that. No, I don't think I will. Maybe I will do some of it. Let me see how I can cut this out. I'm trying not. Ugh, it cut right on there. I didn't want to cut that. But it's like two pieces, so you can get this piece. Ciao. This piece is going to be right here. But it's going to cut up here. Let me see. I'm going to be mad if that cut over there. All right, let's go this way. All right. I saw that picture the other day, and I was like, I want that. I can take the bottom piece off and add that thing to something. But I thought this kind of looked like these could have came out of there according to this little one right here in the middle. So that's why I said, let me just get this. I think it'd be cute. So y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with me and everything. Thank y'all for being in the chat. You know, at some point it was about 7 people on here. It was 6, it was 8, it was 7. I'm grateful. If it's just one person, I still be on here. Sometimes I get on here and I be doing something and nobody get on at all. And I say, okay, people got other things to do too. They can't always be on here because you on here. And, you know, I might put it up and I might not. I've done that a couple times. I don't usually have that kind of thing happen when I'm doing a glue page, though. But I have started glue pages and nobody showed up. And while I was doing it, people came in the room and I was happy. But sometimes I have, you know, better luck than other times. And that's how the ball bounces, you know. That's how the ball bounces. So I'm grateful for all of it. I want to tell y'all thank you and everything because I appreciate you and your support and getting in the chats and things like that. I love it. And I just want to always make sure I say thank you because your time is like mine, valuable. And I know that. I know that. Some people, you know, there's so much arrogance on YouTube and social media and stuff like that. People all puffed up and everything. I'm talking about puffed up too. And, you know, they got a following and stuff like that. But I just try not to be that. I don't want to be that. I don't care if I have, you know, under 1,000 subscribers for the next 3 or 4 or 5 years. I don't care. I'm going to keep being me, and I'm going to keep caring about people, you know, and people knowing real truth and stuff like that. Not that other people not sharing real truth, but, you know, some people looking for the hype and all that kind of stuff and, you know, making people all puffed up, putting them on some kind of pedestal. I don't want nobody put me on a pedestal at all. I'm over here putting Jesus up on his throne where he belongs. He on the pedestal, not me. Because people will fail you every time. They will. People will fail you because people are people. I might not say something that, you know, is too kind in somebody else's hearing, but it's going to be truth. You know, it don't have to be kind when it's truth. And it's only not kind because people don't want truth. And that's it. But we grow by hard things too. And that's the truth. We grow by hard things. We change by hard things. You know, hard things matter to us, or it should matter to us in life because, you know, it's necessary. Flowers have to be pruned. Trees got to be, trimmed and taken care of and stuff. It's not no joke. You got to do something. And it's not good. It's not because we want to kill it or, we don't care about it, but you got to do some pruning. Tears are good for you. It's for purging, like laughter. The Bible said laughter is good like a medicine. And so tears are good for purging. It helps you to get out things that you wouldn't ordinarily be able to get out of you. We don't live by emotions. Emotions are a part of our makeup, but we can't live by them. You get frustrated and, things be hard and you're sick of going through this stuff and why you got to keep going through this and woe is me and all this kind of stuff. And I be thinking about the things I'm going through. It's hard. I got some serious challenges over here. I was telling one of my coworkers yesterday, like I was so frustrated yesterday at work, I wanted to quit. I said, I just want to walk out and never walk back. Just never come back. I'm so serious. I ain't playing. I was very serious about it. These children are way disrespectful. And here I am in my age group, and I've had, a couple surgeries that were minor but major. Because if they looking at your heart in any kind of form, for any kind of reason, it's serious. You only get one of these things. And if something go wrong with it, it can be the end of your life. And I'm not about to let disrespectful, rebellious children stress me out like that. And, I was feeling a kind of way. And you get, sometimes to a place where you just, feeling some kind of way about life. And I was feeling, some kind of way a little bit on and off between last week and this week. And today I was sitting in my kitchen when I came home and I was thinking about, how I've been feeling a little bit. And I was like, man, like I'm still kind of young a little bit. And then I thought about a dear, dear friend of mine who's gone to be with the Lord, and he'd been gone for a minute. And he was a minister. First, he was a minister of music, and then he became an associate minister of the church. Then he became the pastor. And one night, my daughter called me and said, "Did you know that he passed away?" And I was like, "What?" And I went on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh my goodness," But we don't get to choose; God choose. And I was thinking about little old me. And I was like, girl, you worrying about you. Look how old you are. He didn't get to live that old, to be this age. So we got to keep things in perspective, man. I'm just saying, and perspective is everything. And we don't always know how to keep it in perspective, but it is what we have to do. Nonetheless, we have to, because it's not a joke. So I don't know if I'm going to seal this with Mod Podge. I guess I could, and I could leave it like this. I'm not sure, but, I'm going to leave this part because I was thinking letters or words or something on the front, and I'm not sure. But I'm sure glad I added this because that's a nice touch to the back and maybe a nice word right here. So I might do that to this, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do to my other one. But I'm thinking I am going to add some other flower stuff in here. Thank you, babes. Yes, I'm going to add some. This is not going to be like this, so it don't matter because I'm going to add my spine, so my signature's in that. So this is one. I don't know if the handles are going to work, but I'm going to add some pictures from, I think, is it this book? No, maybe, no, maybe out of here. Let me put this one over here. As we still got 6 minutes, we just about at 2 hours. Not that I planned it, but it's just this way. So like this would be a nice picture to add to this one. You can add this to the sprouts. So I'm going to get some stuff like this out of here and put it in this book. I ain't sure what it's going to be, but, you know, some greenery type things. It's going to make it nice, I think. Okay. So, yeah, that's it. I just get a couple of them. Who in the world knows? Just one. Yeah, that's lovely right there. But see if you get that. It's so pretty. You're going to lose both of them. But it's okay. Let's get that one right now and add it. You got to let these things go. You can't worry about all of them. You can't keep them all. Not all the time. So I'll be telling myself that. Sometimes I'll be like, no, I ain't going to get it. I'm going to find something else. Like I do in my magazine. Because I don't like that. You know, like this. See? But you can't think about it. You just got to let it go. You got to let it go. And it's going to be okay. So oftentimes I say they were not thinking about junk journalists when they was writing these books and creating these images and stuff like that. Oh, I don't want to put like this. Maybe one day somebody want to cut this out and they don't want to lose this one if I put this like, they didn't think about that. Okay? This is kind of so cool like this. It's kind of so cool. You don't need to do nothing else. Look, this is not enough glue here. Not enough glue here. Just put that right on back down. All right, and then maybe we'll put this somewhere like here. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Let's do something to the edges of it. I wonder if I should. I can't really corner chomp it because corner chomping means that this paper is too thin, but I can round it like this. Some people don't know how to round like that, but I do. It's still got a little bit of brown paper edge on, black line on here. You can just round it a little bit. They don't have to be perfect. Just round them a little bit. And that's good. Like a little piece of a point on here. Like so. And then we can do that. And then add some brown to it. Make it old. Make it look like it's been sitting in the basement on the shelf. And got all aged and some water stain or something like that. Make it nice. Okay. Come in the corners a little bit heavier. Like that. See how that made that look? That looks nice. And then we can put that right over top of there. Right there. Now all the way on the edge, I might put a little bit of trim on there, some sort. I don't know what kind yet, so I won't put it way over. Just put it here. Is that long enough? Yeah, that's good. And put this piece down here. That's nice. That's nice. And then we'll finish making these two when we get some papers all matched up. We gotta glue paper together so we can make paper that fits into all 5 of them. Is it 5? It might be 6 at this point. I forgot. So we got 1. Let me turn this one over like this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 of them now. Okay, so that's what I'm going to have, and I already made 3. So that's a total of 10. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make these, and I'll probably be making them mostly, like probably when y'all see them, they'll be all put together, and the papers will be in them. Because I'm not going to come back and do no sewing of these, putting them, like sewing them in on the camera. When y'all see them again, I'm going to be adding the paper to it. Like, not the paper, but, how you fill the papers. That's what I'm going to be doing. Because this is a lot of work to keep making videos just to sew paper. And y'all see me sew the paper in a lot of times. So when we're ready to start doing some decorating, that's when we're going to be back. Okay? So now we got all this trash, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might come right back in this video and come back and make a masterboard, because I need to make something to add to the stuff. So I ain't sure, but I got to get some poster board out first. And I think I got 2 masterboards. I'm going to cut them things up because I need to, I'm going to cut them with my punches is what I'm going to do. So I can make different things like tags and all kinds of stuff to add to these journals. So that's what it's going to be for. That's why I still got my bin right here, sitting here, because all of my scraps and stuff, so I can make a masterboard. But all of my big poster board is all the way back there in that corner somewhere over there. And I ain't get ready to do it. I might just go to Dollar Tree and buy me 2 or 3 big white boards, and then I will be able to make a masterboard so I can have some stuff, because I don't want to keep making everything out of this kind of board, and then it takes a long time to do this. But if you put a lot of different stuff, fabric and scraps of paper and pictures and numbers and everything on a masterboard, then you can cut it up, make tags, and make different stuff. So that's what I want to do, and I might be making that kind of video over the weekend. I'm not sure if I go and get the whiteboard. I got 2 of them at school. I might bring them home tomorrow. It's a little bit longer than this cutting mat. It's a little bit longer, so I might bring both of them home tomorrow and use those instead. But anyway, thank y'all for hanging out with me here for 2 hours, 2 minutes. I'm going to end this video, and I will see y'all the next time. Peace and blessings. I love y'all.